Alright, I'm back to choose a girl to show the poem to. So I showed it to Sayori, the girl, the best friend. So now I'll show it to Natsuki, the small angry one. Oh, this is about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. Yeah, because you didn't bounce when I was writing it like the other two did. So it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? She's an angry, cute girl. Oh, I think she did want to smack me. I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah. People can try. But that's about it. I told you you weren't going to like it. I actually did like it. Because somebody wrote it. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you doing great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. I understand entirely. Nice thing about the simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose to bring out the feeling in the last line. She's an angry person. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from someone from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. 'Cause that'd make you a dick! Next poem. Yuri, 'cause she jumped a lot too. She just stares at it. Oh! Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem. Yeah, why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. She buries her face in her hands, or just turns away awkwardly and plays with her hair. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take you a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? There are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, like just randomly mashing buttons to choose words. Having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. I chose the same part over and over. They tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. Both style and expressiveness are weakened. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills. Not just writing poems, blah, blah, blah. Cool, so she's just like destroying... Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking to people about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. She's apologizing to all of us because she almost spilled the beans that they like me. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Oh no. Isn't this supposed to be a literature club where you share? Oh geez, cursive. Ghost under the light, the trundles of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. I hate cursive. the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Wow, that's weird. I have such terrible handwriting. It's cursive! I wasn't thinking that at all. Oh, okay, yeah, it did. That's a release. I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short, I usually write longer. I could not read long poems in cursive. That would hurt. I'm glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild, something easy to digest. She stared into the lamplight, and it flickered, and she flickered back. Are you into ghosts? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. You simpleton. What do you know of ghosts? I must have totally missed the point. Did I only glance over it, or did I take a long time to read it? That's just mean. Remember, the poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. Wow, that's dark. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Who should I give the next poem to? I wonder. Having a good time so far? Yeah. I've gotten to read poems, and have my poem read, and be berated about it. Not really, but since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like activities or things we can do, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring it up. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed, but it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. I hand her my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you have those sort of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but she and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. Like the way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other as well. Oh, but it was probably well-being, and I just skipped it. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. I think that's the kind of vibe I get when I read your poem. Sure you're not reading into this too much? I could be. I'm just going to throw random accents everywhere because I have no control over who's reading what. But in any case, I'm reading all of that. That didn't make sense. Yeah, no. I lose track of who's talking. So, to each their own, and you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find your style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of style. Oh my god! Do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You all sound that! I can't use words. You all say that. It's because I have the sound. That's because I have to sound confident. I always feel that way, you know? I see. Let's read it. Wow, I have to scroll. Okay, hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the directions? The spackle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform. It's okay. That's the kind of style that's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put this. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems. An epiphany, yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. It's just a dark puddle of ink. So maybe move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Was that like a PSA in the middle of this? I think that was like a legit PSA in the middle of this game. It says everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, even if they're just being nice. This is a literature club. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, they're happily chatting. Why is that on Yuri and Natsuki? They share their poems as they read them in tandem. In tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Her small, angry eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Oh, it's nothing. She dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. It's fancy. Yours is cute. How can that be cute? The language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice? It really just didn't come out nice at all. I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I wouldn't ask. I would ask someone who actually liked it. Sayori liked it, and Lex did too. Yeah. Oh god, they don't like each other. Oh no. That's not what I want. You're just... Oh no. Are you that full of yourself? They're fighting over me and I just met them. If I was full of... I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. No! I wouldn't... This doesn't involve you. Oh no. She could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right? How do I get dragged into this? They'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course... Oh, no! Who do I choose? Short, angry, tall, quiet, or friend? I'll decide next time. Ah!